Hi. So first thing that I wanted to talk about, did you know, I know I spent the last one all talking about my cats, and I'm not going to just talk about my cats this time, but quickly, um, did you know that cats can be anorexic? Um, Apparently they can. I was reading up, trying to figure out what potential reasons that Kona might not be eating or isn't eating. Um, and I read that I guess with cats, their stomachs are really sensitive, and if most animals go like a couple days without eating, they're fine, and you put food in front of them and they're hungry, and they just eat. But with cats, a lot of times, if they go like 24 hours or 36 hours or whatever without or more without eating, they get really nauseous, and so I guess the stomach acid in their stomach just makes them feel really nauseous, and you put food in front of them, and they won't eat it because it makes them feel like sick. And so I guess the way to stop that is to, if you get them to eat for a couple days in just any way, by any means possible, which means either like just feeding them treats, or like feeding them with a syringe, or I guess if it's an extreme enough case, using a feeding tube. Um, if you do that for like anywhere from a couple days to a week, their stomach will get apparently back used to eating, and they will not do that with food anymore. And so I think that Kona's anorexic. And yeah, it feels weird saying that because I think that it's not the same thing with a person where, like, if a person's anorexic, it's like they have an eating disorder. Um, I don't think it's so much like anything going on in his mind. I don't think he's like looking at himself in the mirror and being like, God, I'm fat, I need to lose weight. But I think that it's like a physical thing for cats. Interesting. So I've been feeding him wet food, and if I sit there with him, he'll eat it. And hopefully, he hasn't started eating the dry food yet that I've noticed, but hopefully, after a couple of days of doing this, he will be. If not, I'm going to take him to vet. So Elvis, say hi. So that is Elvis, not Kona. Elvis is not anorexic. He's the opposite. He just eats and eats and eats. So there's a light in my glasses. So this looks stupid. Okay. Anyway, so Devon is having surgery today, right as we speak. So it's 7 o'clock right now, Portland time, which means I think it's 10 a.m. in Thailand. And that is the time that she was supposed to be checking in at the hospital. She said she was going to go there a little early, so she's probably already all checked in. So she's probably, I'm assuming that she's doing all of like her intake stuff. I don't think that she's going in for surgery yet. And she's already had her consultation and all that. But she is doing all the stuff that you do before surgery. I'm not sure exactly when they will start like getting her IV in and rolling her into surgery and all that. because they didn't give her an exact time for that. But yeah, her mom's gonna call me when she's in surgery though, so I should know what's going on. And then I guess her mom's gonna call me when she's out of surgery too, and potentially during surgery to give me updates if anything's going wrong. I don't know. So yeah, I really, really wish that I could be there. I started crying when I was talking to her on the phone today, or just now. Yeah, it's making me think a lot about what it was like for me to have surgery. I had top surgery in January of 2007, and then in that year, I also ended up having to have kidney surgery 2 separate times over the summer. So I had surgery 3 times that year, and prior to that, I had surgery 1 time before. It was when I was like 5 though. I got tubes in my ears and I got my adenoids taken out. I don't even know what adenoids are. I didn't know what they were before. I didn't know what they were after. I didn't miss them. I don't miss them. I don't know what they are. But I wish you could see this. He's really cute. So I don't know. It's just been making me think about surgery and like what it was like, the times that I was in the same place that she is right now, where she's waiting to have surgery. She's, checking into the hospital and waiting to have surgery, and like then where she was a little bit ago, which was like waiting for it to be time to go to the hospital, and the weeks prior to surgery worrying that like there's going to be something wrong that's going to prevent surgery from happening, and just remembering things about having surgery. It's interesting because after having surgery so many times in the recent past, it's not something like going under general anesthesia is not something I have any fears about. I don't really have fears about surgery. I remember this weird feeling after the last time that I had kidney surgery in 2007 where I think it was around the time that I was checking out of the hospital or about to check out of the hospital or something, where it was occurring to me that I might never have surgery again, or it might be a long time before I had surgery. And like, even though that was a relief on a lot of levels, there was some part of me that was like it was weirdly hard to let go of not ever having to do that again. And I don't know. It's kind of messed up, but all I can think of like to describe it is that it has something to do with like the feeling of being like put under and having all this stuff happen to me that's taking care of my body that like I don't have to deal with, like somebody else is dealing with it, and I'm like incapacitated to a point where like I can't deal with it. And then I think the other part is just like the period of time where I'm recovering from surgery, where like it's just this feeling of like anything in my life that was going on like can't matter, and like just has to be put on hold, and it just gives me permission to like take a break and put everything on hold and really just like focus on myself 100% and focus on my body. And it's really fucked up that like that gives me positive feelings about having surgery, but I don't know, just thinking about that, because I don't think that that is most people's experience with surgery, and I think it's super fucked up that that's mine. But yeah,